Hey there. So in today's video, we're going to discuss the importance of tracking my progress. So obviously we want to see where I was compared to where I'm going to be. And I've done that in some different ways. I've measured inches. I've measured my body fat, bone mass, muscle density, my weight. So my weight might go up for the first month or two with this because I put on muscle pretty easily. I easily put on muscle and fat. So when exercising, put on muscle faster than I burn the fat. So my waist hasn't gone up at all. If anything, maybe it's gone down a little bit. But we want to keep track of the exercises. So I have about a 5-day routine with my exercise. I'll do as many sets of those as I can till I get to the end of my 15 minutes. Sometimes I have 3 exercises, sometimes I have 4. Depends on how heavy I'm going to go with something like squats. If I'm going to go pretty heavy, I'm going to be winded. Working the 2 smaller muscle groups is going to be really beneficial so that I can actually not be horribly winded the first month. So the first month I'm not easing into it, but I'm not going full tilt with my 15 minutes of exercise. But I'm going good with it. I'm going strong. I'm going for the burn. So some people go to fatigue. Some people go for the burn. Sometimes you can get both. My muscles get weak before they get fatigued. I get to the point where I can't do anymore, but I don't feel any pain or burn at all because within just 3-4 weeks, I adapt pretty quickly when it comes to that. However, what happens is that you put yourself into a box. After a while, it's not exercise. If you're doing the same exercise day after day, week after week, I don't care if it's walking, running, weightlifting, it doesn't matter, rowing machine. What happens is your body adjusts. Your body adjusts very fast. And if you do a 5-kilometer walk every day with your dog or a 2-kilometer walk every day with your dog, it's not a workout for your body. You have to keep challenging yourself. And the only way you're gonna be able to challenge yourself is getting really in tune with your body or monitoring your progress so that you can see results. Because you might keep challenging yourself, but if you're not getting better at it every week, without, if you can push 50 pounds in an exercise and 2 months later you're still pushing 50 pounds, or even a month later, there's something wrong. Something needs to change. Maybe it's your diet, maybe it's your technique, maybe it's your reps or your sets, but you have to see a change. If you're doing 4 sets of 50 pounds and a month later you're still doing 4 sets of 50 pounds, there's a problem. You shouldn't be doing that the next week, let alone the next month. You should be up to 51 pounds, as an example. Maybe 52, maybe 55. So you give yourself a range. And, I don't mind going between 10 and 12 for my range. So I'll do, say, a bicep curl about 10 times. And the next week, if I can do that exercise and get 3 or 4 sets of 11 out instead of 10, that's progress. I have to monitor that. I have to record that. The next week, if I can get up to 3 or 4 sets of 12 with that same exercise, that's progress. Once I get up to 12, I increase the weight and I drop it back down in my reps. So now I'm gonna do, we'll say the 4 sets. We'll do 4 sets of, maybe I might have to start off at 8, because sometimes you don't have the flexibility, the weights jump up too much in the dumbbells or whatever it is that you're using. So if I'm doing 4 sets of 8 again for my curls, I'm gonna keep trying to go for 9 or 10 every single time. And if 8's the best I can do, 8's the best I can do. And sometimes what happens is you get to your 3rd or 4th set and you can only do 2 or 3. And this is where you have to document everything, because you can't just say I curled 50 pounds for 4 sets, because your reps might be different with each set. So we want to make sure that you're tracking all this so that you can see your progress. There was a time when I got pretty in tune with my mind-muscle connection, and that's when you can feel the muscle. You can isolate that muscle, you're working the muscle, you don't care what the weight is. I would just go up to a stack in the gym and do say a tricep overheads, and I'd put the pin somewhere, pull the weight down, say, yeah, I could feel that, that's a good weight, and just turn around and do it till exhaustion. Well, that was good. I didn't care what the pin was at. I was listening to my muscles. I didn't care. Now that's one way of exercising. You know, you're still always gonna make progress as long as you keep pushing yourself. But I don't recommend that. It's one of those things I've come full circle with. I started with counting all my reps and numbers and sets, and then in my weights, and then moving up to the point where I stopped paying attention to that so much and just going for 4 sets of exhaustion with each one. And I'd go higher and higher and higher with my weights with each set. So I got to the point where my last set, I could only pump out 3 or 4 of these tricep extensions, and I'd push and I'd push and I'd get that last one. And it's always better. You don't want to cheat with your form. So just because I'm doing these 15-minute workouts, it doesn't mean I'm rushing through the exercises or pushing through it really fast. I'm still using good form, out fast, back slow, out fast, back slow. You contract the muscle fast, retract it slow. And a 1-to-3 ratio is usually pretty good. Try and push it out in 1 second, pull it back for 3 seconds. So we want to track our reps. We want to track our sets. We want to track the weight. And we also want to track how much you're eating. If you have a goal of so much protein a day, you have to track that. And that way you can write down, oh, I didn't get my protein that day. I've moved up to 4 pounds minimum a day of meat because at 3 pounds, it wasn't going so well for me. So there's days where I have 5 pounds of meat in a day and it's still not enough. Those are the days where I've done deadlifts or squats, where a lot of muscles are getting recruited doing those exercises. Having one of those in a workout day is a good exhausting exercise. It's a full body exercise, so I'm gonna need more fuel those days. If I have a day where I'm just working my core, like today, what happens is I don't wanna have a 6 pounds of meat or 5 pounds of meat or 4 pounds of meat that day. 4 pounds is more than enough. It's a lot of muscle I'm working, but they're not thick, big muscles. They're thinner kind of slabs of muscle. And on me, they're really out of shape. So in the first month or two, I'm gonna be noticing a lot of weight gain, but hopefully inches down. Or at least maintain the first month. I wouldn't be surprised if my weight stays the same, but I go up 15 or 20 pounds, which is good news. So if my waist goes up with it, that's bad news. That's not what I'm going for. I'm going for strength, but also the whole point of these workouts is to burn fat as fuel. So to do both at once, so cut as well as build muscle. And that's fully possible to do. It helps. You can track everything in probably apps like MyFitnessPal or just any app that you have. You have your workout routines and you just follow them. You just follow your workout routine. So with me, I'm working my chest, say every 5th day. Every muscle group's getting hit at least once every 5 days. There was a time when I was younger, I could go 7 to 10 days and I'd get great results. I could go 7 days rest between working that muscle again. And it was really good. And you want to get to that point, depending on your age. You're not going to maintain muscle the way you once did when you were younger. You know, I'm 46 years old. I'm going to be 47 soon. So I want to make sure that I'm giving my muscles all the opportunity they need to grow. I want 15 minutes a day, no matter how intense my pace is. It's not too much in a day. It's not like you need a day's rest for a 15-minute workout a day. 15-minute workout is manageable and it's not exhausting to the body. Just when it starts to get to be too much, you only have a few minutes left. So we want to maximize our efficiency with both diet and exercise. You can't do that without monitoring both. So you have to track that. So every day on my calendar, I'm writing how many pounds of meat I had and what cut. And I'm also tracking which exercises I did which day. I want to make sure I have enough time to do this. I can get up pretty early in the morning and sometimes I'm just relaxed. Maybe I didn't sleep too well. Maybe I woke up at 3 or 4 in the morning for no good reason. Maybe my dog woke me up and I just couldn't get back to sleep. And then I don't want to wake up at 6 o'clock. Maybe I didn't fall asleep till 5. So that happens sometimes. And you have to be prepared to adapt to that. If I know I'm gonna have a really long work day, then I have to make sure to get up in time to do my workout beforehand, or I'm gonna be stuck doing it at the end of the day. But as long as the DEXA scan and bod pod are showing that I'm getting progress, that's when I know I'm doing something right. So every month when I touch in with the bod pod, I'm going to be able to track what I'm doing and make sure I'm going in the right direction. I want to make sure I'm getting progress with this. That's another way to know if something's off, is if I'm not getting progress. Maybe my diet's off. Maybe I need more calories. Maybe I need to change up the exercise. One day do dumbbell curls, and the next time I do my biceps, I might want to go at it and do cable curls. And then the next week, maybe I'll do preacher curls. You know, it's good to always change it up. And when you're changing it between 3 different exercises for the same muscle, 1 exercise each week, it's gonna keep it fresh. It's gonna keep it fresh, and that's good. So, or in my case, of every 5-day cycle. Anyway, thanks a lot. I hope you subscribe to the channel. Tell your friends, tell your family. I wanna see this channel grow.